What's up, YouTube? So you saw my ACV Toyota Corolla, low mileage, right? I was just questioning, like, really, why would someone want to get rid of a mint Toyota Corolla with 70-something thousand miles on it? Well, it's because the exhaust system was completely rotted out, and I'm sure the dealer told them thousands of dollars to fix it, maybe even their local guy, because a lot of these people can't make exhaust systems, and that's just the way that it is. So I had a little inbox with Ford Boss Me about Midas ripping people off for exhaust brake work, and then I was just letting them know that even I sometimes, when I'll estimate a brake job, and not to get off subject, stay with me, that the customer went in and they said he wanted brake pads and rotors, Ford Boss Me's buddy or something like that, and he didn't want to make the trip to see him, which is understandable. I got customers that sometimes just don't want to make the trip, but then they pull down their pants and then may get something up their butt that they don't like. But anyway, so he said that they I guess they recommended pads and rotors on his truck or something in the front, and I think Ford Boss Me said he did them like a year ago, and the guy was a hard driver or whatever. Kind of scratched my head, like, if this guy's wiping out brakes, if he didn't wipe them out, they could just be noisy because they're cracked or separating from bonding or overheated. There's many reasons why he was having brake problems. Not pointing fingers at anybody, but he said, Ford Boss, he said Midas called him up and told him $600 for front pads and rotors, or a little less, and that's about the going price. And then called him back and said he needed calipers, and then the guy was like, wait a second. So then I messaged Ford Boss Me and said, hey man, even I'll do a brake inspection like this, and then I'll miss a slider or something because I won't take it apart and inspect them, and I'm not backing up Midas by any means. Or I'll grab the caliper and try and rock it, and this one doesn't rock. So, and this is a hard turn. This is not a brake job we did, someone else did it. So I suspect that this had slider problems or caliper problems. This is just something else from another shop. But this should rattle in your hand in most cases. Not really loose, but it just tells you that the slider pins aren't seized. But I've actually pushed back caliper pistons just a little bit during an inspection, and then go to do the job, and I can't get the piston all the way back because there's corrosion on the outer edge of the piston that's preventing it to go back past the square cut steel. So yes, could it have needed the calipers? It's possible, it happens. Sliders, very common. But the point is, that was their protocol. Their technician said, hey, I want to put calipers on there, and that's his right. He's doing the job. If the customer says, screw it, I'm going someplace else, that's it. That's his prerogative too. My point is that even when I look at something and I don't take it all the way apart, because if the customer's not paying you to diagnose it, they just want you to check it, which is a visual check, there may be underlying issues that you can't see. I mean, look at this brake line. You could push this caliper back and boom, brake line explodes. These brake lines are near that, but that's another story. Back to the Toyota. The Toyota had a stud rusted out in the flange. That one was good. It had a code for an oxygen sensor, so I wired in a universal one. I'm not finished with this job yet. And then I made the exhaust system from here back. I had this in stock because the craze of people stealing Toyota Cats, so we keep them in stock. I've also seen these flanges on these older Toyotas. Let me pull this out of the what happens on these flanges, you can see what the gasket does to that flange. That gasket actually will wear away the flange, and it'll start to leak on the opposite side, and the gasket will not seal. I've also seen them leak, as you can see here, right under that shield is leaking also. So rusted out cat bodies, worn out flanges, time for a whole system. Do these guys want to dick around with that shop? In gas stations and shops that are not prepared and don't do this every day? Hell no. They're like, call Napa Auto Parts or whatever and get me a direct fit system price. Let me call the customer, and then they're like $650 for the front pipe, $300 for the center pipe, $175 for the back. Now the guy's got to do all the time, gaskets, hardware, bolt it together. By the time he's finished, you're talking $3,000 to the customer. If they didn't try and upsell a new exhaust manifold for no reason. And I've seen that happen. So now that this car is at an exhaust specialist, right? We don't need to call up and get a direct fit part from the dealer or the parts house. We can make this stuff, cutting the cost way down for the customer, where other shops can't do that. Thanks for watching.